The Marion Finucane Show on RTE Radio 1 with An Post. mybills.ie. Help save time with bill payment online for free. An Post. Do more.
Now, listen up, because this could save you a few bob. Or make your life a little more convenient. And I'm just going to do something that you can use now with a tablet or smartphone or whatever system you may have that takes apps. And I'm joined now by Conor Pope, who is Consumer Affairs Correspondent of the Irish Times. Conor, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, Marion. How are you?
We're going to go through a few of these apps. And some of them sound really, really, really interesting. And I've heard people talking about it, I haven't done it myself, and I see that you've said it's free. Hailo.
Hailo is undoubtedly my new favourite app. Now, it was launched in Ireland last summer, and what it does is it allows you to call a taxi using your smartphone. Now, it has 5 key advantages. First, when you order a cab using the Hailo app, you can track its progress as it heads to you. So you can look at a little map on your smartphone, and the cab is represented as a little green man, and you can see it in real time as it comes close to you. So you're not waiting going, I wonder is it coming, I wonder where it is. But it also allows you to set up a credit card account, which means you'll never have to get your cab driver to stop at an ATM again, or you won't be rooting around to pay, and you can also keep track of exactly how often you use a taxi. But the real way it helps you save money is there's no call-out charge. Now, if I ring a taxi as it stands, there's a call-out charge of €2. If I use Hailo, there's no call-out charge at all. The other thing that I like about it is they give you 5 minutes grace from the moment the taxi arrives outside your house before the meter starts. So if you're running a little bit late, as most of us are when we call cabs, or if it comes a little bit too early, you're not penalised for it. And the other thing that a lot of people like is you get sent the name and a picture of your taxi driver, and you're emailed a receipt, which allows you just allows you to track just how much you're spending. But it also has an added security for people who are a bit concerned about taking cabs late at night.
Indeed. And how do you go? Do you do it all through first of all, is this available right around the country, or is it just Dublin?
No, it's available in Dublin and Cork at present, but the whole idea started in London about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was just a collective of cabbies in London set this up. So you basically, with 3 pushes of your smartphone, once you've downloaded the app, the cab is on the way to you. And I've only been using it. I mean, I actually set up an account last June, but I've only been using it for about 6 or 8 weeks, and I've never had to wait more than 5 minutes for a cab. Now, I'd say the actual cab companies are terrified that this is going to do untold damage to their business, because the notion of a radio now seems kind of redundant. And apparently there's 3,500 cab drivers in Dublin who now have it, and it's just going to grow and grow. And while it's only available in Dublin and Cork at the moment, it's going to be rolled out across the country, I would imagine, because it's just such a good idea. And it's one of those simple ideas that works.
Yeah, it seems to me to be a great idea, because you know the way you can sometimes ring up and call a taxi and say, oh yeah, we'll be there in 5 minutes. Half an hour later, your blood pressure is going through the roof, no sign of it, and then you don't know, will I stay, will I go, will I what, or whatever. But anyway, that's called Hailo, Hailo, and it's a group of taxi companies.
Well, it was set up by a group of taxi drivers in the UK, in London, and now it's an actual company that has a huge amount of investment, because it's a worldwide enterprise now, so cab drivers just sign up to it, and then they work on their own and they get business, and effectively it allows you to hail a cab from your house in real time, and I have to say it's brilliant.
Right, okay, so and that's free now.
That's free.
That's free.
Every one of the apps that we're going to talk about, bar one, I think, is actually free, which is also nice.
It is indeed. WhatsApp.
WhatsApp is something that is killing, or will be killing, the mobile phone operators in the months and years ahead, because it allows you to send messages to people anywhere in the world at absolutely no cost. You can send pictures, you can send text messages, and what the nice thing about it is, it allows you to communicate with people who are living anywhere in the world without them incurring the ridiculous roaming charges that the mobile phone operators want to levy on us, or without it eating into your bundled minutes. So you just download the app, it's free, and then you can send all the texts and all the images that you want at no cost.
Right.
I have to say, it's a simple thing, one of the things that they track on New Year's Eve every year, all the mobile phone operators, they track the number of text messages that people send wishing everyone a happy new year.
Yeah.
And what was striking this year was the countless millions of messages wishing people happy new year that were sent via the WhatsApp. app. And I think that's a reflection of where we are in the mobile phone market and where we're going to be in the weeks, months, years ahead.
Right. I can never figure out how they make money on these things like Skype and stuff. I don't know. It has me baffled, but that's not to say that I don't love it. Do you need Wi-Fi for that?
If you're not, you don't need Wi-Fi, but if you're not in Wi-Fi, it will eat into your data allowance.
Right.
So let's say you're allowed a 1 gig data package every month. It will eat into that in a way. So it's better to use all of these apps, or it's better to use this particular app in a Wi-Fi zone.
Okay. Now, Spotify.
Well, the day, we all know what happened to HMV a couple of weeks back.
Yes.
The company went into receivership, and one of the reasons why HMV is in such difficulty both in Ireland and the UK is people stopped buying CDs and DVDs and records in huge numbers, and everyone has moved on to buying music digitally and buying music from iTunes or whatever. But the next phase of that is companies like Spotify. So you won't have to buy music from iTunes anymore. You won't have to buy music at all. What you'll be able to do is take advantage of the huge back catalogue of music that a company like Spotify has online. You download, you stream it onto your mobile phone or your iPad or whatever it might be, and you can build lists of songs. You can play lists that they have preordained. You can listen to specific artists, and you're not buying the music, you're just streaming it onto your phone, so you're not spending the money. Now, the downside is you don't own it. So people like Nick Hornby, when he wrote High Fidelity, it was all about the collecting of music and the owning of the thing. You don't own anything when it comes to something like Spotify. You are just streaming it onto your phone, which some people find troublesome because people like saying, I've just bought the latest Bruce Springsteen album or the latest album from the Foo Fighters or whatever it might be. With this, you don't own it. You stream it onto your phone, but as a result, you can do it for nothing. Now, you can pay for a premium service on Spotify, and it's buttons. I mean, it's like a couple of euros a month. And if you pay for the premium service, you will get access to pretty much every single song you could possibly imagine. You will get access to it on your smartphone or on your tablet at a fraction of the cost it would be to buy the actual music.
Okay, by the way, I just got a call. Marion Reapps, I'm listening to you right now on an Android app in Prague, says...
Absolutely. Well, and I hope he's listening to it using Wi-Fi, and that brings us to another app that I really like, and it's called Free Wi-Fi. Now, Free Wi-Fi does exactly what it says on the tin. It uses a GPS in your phone to locate and display the various free Wi-Fi hotspots where you are. So, for instance, and it has hundreds of thousands of locations over the world. So, for instance, I'm talking to you now from Barcelona, and I've just checked on the Free Wi-Fi app, and there's 24 different Wi-Fi hotspots within a kilometre of my hotel.
Excellent.
And that shows you, so rather than incurring big data charges or rather than paying the ridiculous charges that hotels sometimes impose for you to use Wi-Fi, you can just find the free Wi-Fi hotspot in your locality, go there, and you have access to all of the downloads, all of the technologies at no cost. It's a great app, and it's really simple.
Yeah, I can't understand why there isn't more free Wi-Fi around. I really can't.
Aren't we introducing free Wi-Fi in Dublin City in the weeks ahead?
Well, it seems to me we should, and that right around the country that it should be available. You know, it's like saying that you've got electricity, you know. Anyway.
Exactly.
Now, I'm just going to zip through the other one. The Forget 1850, that's an important one.
It is. A lot of companies use 1850 numbers nowadays. And what they do is they allow you to call the company from anywhere in the country at local rates. But the sting of the tale is it's local rates if you're calling from a landline. If you're dialing an 1850 number from a mobile phone number or from a mobile phone, you can be charged as much as 35 cents a minute. And unlike landline numbers, which are routinely included in the bundle free minutes that you get with your mobile phone, the calls to 1890, 1850 and 0818 numbers are excluded from these deals. Now, what this directory does is it points you in the direction of alternatives to the 1850 numbers. So it has a list of all the companies that use 1850 in the Republic of Ireland, and it says, here's their 1850 number, here's the alternative landline number that you as a mobile phone user can call at no cost. It's a great app, it's really simple. Another really simple app, if we're going to zip through them, is pumps.ie. Yeah. Now, we've talked about the pumps.ie website in the past, and pumps.ie, the website, shows you where the cheapest petrol is in real time in your locality, and it's user-generated content. So users all over the place are updating it. So they've bought petrol in one petrol station, and they say it costs 152. Right. This one costs 157. The Pumps.ie app is even more inspired because it uses the GPS systems in your phone to detect where you are, and it will point to the 4 or 5 different petrol stations in your locality right now, and you'll be able to identify which one has the cheapest petrol or diesel, because the reality is there can be a 10-cent difference in the price of diesel or petrol in one garage and another 50 metres away. And there's nothing more infuriating than filling up in one garage and driving 20 metres away to see another garage selling the petrol for 10